What's going on YouTube? Rob A again, and today we're going to be taking another look at Mastermind Creations' Cynicus here. And the reason for that is because I received a comment on my channel about how, it is frustrating, understandably so, when reviewers such as myself will take a figure and start from the alt mode and transform it to the robot mode. When in fact the figure is packaged in robot mode, and the instructions, especially on independent or third-party transformers, the instructions may not always be that clear, or in English. But so I really honestly took that to heart because I'm not, as much as I'm here just to kind of show off the figure, I do also want to really help inform you guys in making buying decisions and things like that, and I just really want to help show off the figure as best I can. So with that in mind, this is going to be a video just on transforming Cynicus here into his alt mode or sniper rifle mode, and then I'll transform him back into robot mode because I want to. But from now on, in my reviews for third-party transformers, I will be trying to make an effort to start them in whatever form they're in, or at the very least, if they're at if I start it in alt mode, transform them to robot mode, and then transform them back, so you guys get a better understanding of what's going on. So I've done enough rambling. Let's just go into Cynicus. So if you have this figure, if you're having any troubles with him, hopefully this will help you guys out a little bit. So we've got the figure here in robot mode. We'll just kind of straighten his arms out here. There you go. Get you guys an idea of what's going on. Alright, so first things first, we want to just remove his weapon. Just take that right out. Put that right off to the side like so. Now what we want to do is we're going to actually kind of get his torso kind of leaning back a little bit here. And then we're going to take his crotch plate and we're just going to rotate it down just like that, okay? Next up, let's get his arms out of the way. We're going to come in here and grab his abdominal plate. We're just going to kind of spread those apart and flip the pieces toward the back. Which on this side, we're going to actually have to do something else here too. So for the back piece, you want to just kind of wiggle this out like so, because it's got these two little hooked tabs that go in right behind the robot neck, and those do hold in very tightly. So you just want to kind of get one side out first and then kind of pull it down and out of the way, and then you've got that sort of sorted out for yourself. Now we've got this big spindly kind of spinal column coming down here, and what we want to do with that is we want to move this forward, and you can see there's these little tabs on the kind of spinal column here, and those are going to lock in just like that into the kind of pelvis, I guess would be the word. And then we're going to kind of accordion this whole shenanigans up like so until we've got kind of this effect going on. Alright? Next, we're going to take the robot head, we're going to bring the neck back, flip the head around, and just kind of rest it on his butt, basically. And then we're going to take the abdominal pieces and cover his robot head up with those. Close it all back together. And just make sure that everything is together, and then that is in fact resting against his butt there. Okay? Then you can actually just rotate that piece around. Actually, you may want to do that beforehand. The chest piece here. Yeah, you definitely want to do beforehand. Sorry, My bad, my bad. So rotate this around, then rotate his head back and get these going. Because you want it to kind of sit sort of flush on his backside there. Alright. Next up, we want to just kind of stretch this all out. So we've got this piece here, we've got these pieces, and they are on a separate stalk that goes down the center. So we just want to kind of get all this out of the way. And it can be a little fiddly, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, a little fiddly here. So, alright, actually, we're gonna go ahead and spin this around. And it's just gonna be difficult. It's just gonna be difficult. It's very precise. There we go. Now it's out of the way. I do apologize. I've been up since yesterday, and I'm tired. I am tired. Okay. So we've got that going on. Now you want to turn his legs in like so, and rotate his lower legs up like this. So his upper legs are going to be knees facing out, kneecaps facing out, and then the upper knees like this. Okay? Alright. Then we're going to take this section here, this whole shebang, we're going to bring it down and up and around like this. And actually, even beforehand, you might want to do this part. This turns into the scope. The little backpack piece turns into the scope. So just twist this forward, and it is a tight kind of squeeze, but you should be able to get it no problem. And this one just flips up and goes in and should kind of lock into position there. And then you just turn this around altogether. So now, the same tabs that held it onto his back are going to go into these little slots in his legs here. And then these pegs are going to peg into these little holes in his legs. So it's kind of a twofold locking bit there. Just kind of get it into one leg first, and then kind of get the other leg over it. And it should all lock into position without any troubles, except I screwed it up a little bit, and now it's now I'm having a problem. Alright, you just got to make sure that this is out of the way. So you got this little tab here that's going to go into this little slot on the crotch piece. And it seems really fiddly, but when you're not doing it on camera, it's really not that bad. I was transforming him back and forth pretty much most of the day yesterday, and it really wasn't that big a deal. It's at this point where if you really want to, you can flip the handles out. You know, for figures to grab onto, and also if you want to, you can also stick in the Feral Rex handle at this point, which we'll go ahead and do just for the sake of thoroughness. Now once that's all together, just make sure it's all lined up. Then you can just tab the legs together like so. And you've got pretty much all of that done. And since we got the Rex handle, we'll fold these back up. Okay, so now we've got that all settled. Want to come around to the front here, bring his arms up and in like so. We're just going to fold his elbows in over themselves like this, and there's two posts here, one on each side, and you're just going to fold his arms over and stick his hands onto those posts. And then you should have these two tabs on the insides of his arms. And we're just going to go ahead, stick the gun right in the center here, and then those two tabs should fit right into those slots. Now these little decorative bits on his shoulders don't really have any official place to go, so you just put them, you know, wherever you like, and then just make sure his torso is correctly, you know, aligned against his body, and you should be all set. The arms can be a little fiddly. They don't lock in all that terribly tightly, but they're really, you know, once you get them, they're fine. But it's kind of, you know, finding that sweet spot that can be a little fiddly to work with. But then there you have it. You've got Cynicus in gun mode, and that's all there is to it. So there you go. To transform him back is very simple, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it quickly. I'm going to let you guys refer to the video review that I made of this guy if you want to see more detailed on that, but you can just kind of follow the steps of this backwards and you'll get the idea pretty well, I think. Just gonna go ahead and unfold that, pop all this out, pop the shoulders out. Like I said, once you've once you've done it once or twice, it's really not that bad, not that big a deal. There you go. Spin his head around. Oops. The trickiest part to this, really, in my opinion, is this backpack here. And it's mostly just because he's got all these little stalks and tabs that all kind of spin and twirl around to, to make his robot mode and gun mode work together. But once you got it figured out, again, it's pretty easy stuff. Just snap that. There you go. And flip his crotch up around. Whoop. Whoop. There you go. There he is back in robot mode in just less than a minute. So very, very simple. Very, very cool figure, as I mentioned before in my full review. And of course this can fold up and either go in his hand, or you can take this this hole and stick it in the peg on his backpack, and he's got it stored there. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to try and do a better job of integrating these instructions into my regular videos. It will make them a little longer, of course, but I hope you'll understand and forgive it. But yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.